where the presser was supposed to be at, like their building over there. Did they change it to here?
sir. Come on in. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get, can y'all? Your light come too. Look over. This your car? Yeah. Turn your wipers off.
Oh, this is I ain't even see you right there. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pull the video.
Alright, thanks, man. Yeah. We're probably gonna have to be here for the entire show. I guess it's live picks. If not, another hit or two. I know you're not worried about it, but hey, I was just literally 10:04 was. All right, thanks. Bye.
That's what you're calling it.
I want to save your clips as well in my folder. Okay. I'm gonna save your clips in my folder as well. I know it's on there to speak to.
I've been recording most of it.
I know, but still. Yes, I can. I can. Mic check, mic check. I can hear you.
They want to say play.
Okay. I'll make it so just super quick, right? Oh! I thought you were okay. I thought you were telling me to do the live tee. Sorry. Live. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scott's gonna be reading over your scene.
Oh, okay.
Live tee's coming up soonish. I think in like 5 minutes. Hey, Abby, what's the plan here? I know we're going to be live at the top, and obviously we're waiting on the press conference, but do we have multiple hits? Do we have multiple bump shots? What's the plan? All right, just let me know. Let me know when we're. Yeah, give me standby for the bump shots, but let me know. Hey, live hit, do quick, 30 seconds, whatever. Yeah, and my live hit off the top is gonna be pretty quick because I just don't have much more information other than what's in the anchor intro, quite frankly. What's today's date? May 21st? Sorry.
We're gonna have to be like over here then. Are they out of the live pick?
Okay.
Or they're about to take live pick?
Soonish. Just hold on. I'll be off the shot for the most part. Live cheese. Am I going to be in front of the camera now? Turn off channel 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Well, I don't have it emailed yet. Just let me know when it's in my inbox. In show standby. Yeah, just given the locations you mentioned, not only the museum, but the FBI Washington field office, you can imagine just how packed this scene is. I mean, quite frankly, just too many police officers, law enforcement agencies to really count. And you can see kind of under these trees, you see a large gathering of what appears to be police officers. Earlier tonight, we did see what looked like them questioning or talking with potential witnesses. Now, according to ABC News sources, at least 2 people were shot outside of an event here at the Capitol Jewish Museum. So you imagine there are quite a few potential witnesses they could talk to. We're also learning, as you mentioned, at least 1 of the 2 people who were shot and killed believed to be a member of the Israeli embassy staff. Now, a person of interest is being questioned by police. Again, ABC News sources confirming that. We've also learned Attorney General Pam Bondi and U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro went to the scene earlier this evening. We also saw the spokesperson for Mayor Muriel Bowser. She said that the mayor and MPD chief Pamela Smith will be at a press conference tonight, although they said it would be 10 to 20 minutes. That could be very, very fluid. We're also just learning from the Israeli UN ambassador. We're getting a statement I'm just going to read right now. The fatal shooting, and this is the Israeli UN ambassador, the fatal shooting that took place outside the event that took place at the Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C., in which Israeli embassy employees were also injured, is a depraved act of anti-Semitic terrorism. Harming diplomats and the Jewish community is crossing a red line. We are confident that the U.S. attorneys will take strong action against those responsible for this criminal act. Israel will continue to act resolutely to protect its citizens and representatives everywhere in the world. And back to the scene out here again. Absolutely busy scene, still a very fluid situation. We're still waiting to hear when exactly the press conference from MPD Chief Pamela Smith as well as Mayor Muriel Bowser will take place. But again, all of this is very much fluid. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we get any new information regarding this deadly double shooting. Reporting live in Northwest D.C., Christian Flores, 7 News. Well, there are still some swirling reports out there. We're obviously still awaiting that information. We're still waiting to see what exactly led up to the shooting, what could be the potential motive for this shooting. But of course, over the past year or so, we've known that this has been a very touchy subject, not only in this region, but really across the country and around the world. So that's obviously something that we're going to continue pressing law enforcement leaders on. What exactly led up to this? What was the motivation for this shooting, specifically outside an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum? Got it. Thanks. So I am gonna have an anchor toss, though, right? Oh no. Oh, no anchor toss. Top of the B. Okay, got it.
Top to be.
Okay. Live bump at the bottom of the A. Yeah, I know Scott asked me about the anti-Semitic comment made by the Israeli ambassador. Do we know if we have confirmed that this is a Palestine issue? Okay. Free Palestine or something like that. Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure because I didn't report that, but I just want to make sure that was still off the record and that. Okay. Okay, got it. Thanks. Live pit clear. Yep. I'll mention it. I'll mention it. I'll mention it towards the end. I'm just gonna basically re-rack what Scott just said there. Yep. Just give me a standby and a go. Yeah, there's no anchor toss, so I'm just gonna start talking and I'll get out of the way.
All right. What do you want me to focus on?
Scene. It doesn't really matter. Just pan across.
Right.
It's gonna be 30 seconds.
Okay. Are you coming back on cam?
Yeah, I guess I will. $90. Minute out. $30. $15, standby. I'm Christian Flores out here at the scene of a deadly double shooting in Northwest D.C. This happening just outside the Capitol Jewish Museum. ABC News sources confirming there was an event at the museum where 2 people were shot, a man and a woman. They're both dead. We're learning that at least one of those victims is believed to be a member of the Israeli embassy staff. That's according to ABC News sources. They're also confirming that a person of interest is being questioned by police. We've learned that Attorney General Pam Bondi, U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro were both out at the scene earlier this evening. And we've also learned from the Israeli UN ambassador that they sent out a statement calling this a depraved act of anti-Semitic terrorism. Now, one thing what we're still waiting on is the motive for this shooting. We're still waiting on a press conference. We've learned that Mayor Muriel Bowser, MPD Chief Pamela Smith will both be at this news conference, learning in a matter of minutes at some point tonight. This is still a very fluid situation, as you can imagine, just given the situation out here at the scene. As soon as we learn more about the situation, especially what exactly the motive was for this shooting, we'll be sure to keep you updated. Reporting live in Northwest D.C., Christian Flores, 7 News. Another bump shot coming up. Another live hit. What's the word? Okay. Nothing for me yet. At this point. Yeah. Or I'm guessing if the press conference begins. You have the bump shot. Is that the very end of the show? What's the rough time for that? Okay. Next bump shot about 4 minutes.
Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
This is your Q&A mic check coming in.
Q&A mic 1, 2, 3, 4,
Try the other
5,
mic.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Q&A 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
We good there? Question, we good there? All right, this is medium podium mic check. Last time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs up, everybody's good? My guys, thank you. I see what you're saying.
Hey, this cable's crazy.
Oh, well. Excuse me? Yes, medium mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clear? Good? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you're complete, give me a thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, get cottonmouth, 8, 9, 10. You good? Clear? Wonderful. Thank you.
Are they center? If I'm standing here, are they center behind me, the flags? The flags are center behind me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Screen protector on. Sorry about the noise, if any. Media mic check. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Everybody's cell phones on mute or so? David, where's the microphone? Q&A.
Right here. You should have them out already off to the side.
Stretch the cable
So you
out.
want to run and get them.
one for you here. And the other here. Clear? You need one help?
Can you,
Not potentially. I know, that's actually, that's my calling card. I guess so. It's like, boom. I heard you on the radio. There's a bunch of blocks over, so figure I'd come into some, AC. Yeah, just the regular green.
1, 2, 1, 2. Mhm. Media mic check, 1, 2.
Heads up. Rolling on camera. Going in hot, right?
Good evening. I'm Muriel Bowser. I'm Mayor of Washington, D.C. I am here with the Chief of the Metropolitan Police Department, Pamela Smith, and we are joined by members of the Washington, D.C. Public Safety Team and our partners in the federal government from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Special Agent in charge, as well as the Assistant Director in charge. We are also joined by the Attorney General for the United States, Pam Bondi, the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia, Judge Pirro, as well as the Israeli Ambassador to the United States, Ambassador Leichter. We are here at the MPD headquarters to provide an update on a horrific shooting that happened shortly after 9 p.m. this evening near the Capitol Jewish Museum. I want to start by sending our condolences to the loved ones of the victims who were senselessly a victim of these crimes. I want to provide my prayers and condolences to the museum staff and the guests who are also gathering together in fellowship. The chief will share preliminary information from the investigation. I will say up front that there is no active threat in our community. What I do know is that the horrific incident is going to frighten a lot of people in our city and in our country. And I want to be clear that we will not tolerate this violence or hate in our city. We will not tolerate any acts of terrorism, and we're going to stand together as a community in the coming days and weeks to send the clear message that we will not tolerate anti-Semitism. I want to ask Chief Smith to talk about where we are with this investigation, followed by our FBI partners, and lastly, Ambassador Leichter.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm Chief Pamela A. Smith, Chief of Police for the Metropolitan Police Department, and I'll start by expressing my sincere condolences to both of the victims and families, and also the attendees tonight at the Capitol Jewish Museum. At approximately 9:08 p.m. tonight, we received multiple calls for a shooting in the area of 3rd Street and F Street Northwest. Officers located one adult male and one adult female unconscious and not breathing at the scene. D.C. Fire and EMS responded, and despite all life-saving efforts, both victims succumbed to their injuries. The preliminary investigation indicates that both victims were exiting an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum located in the 500 block of 3rd Street Northwest when the shooting occurred. We believe the shooting was committed by a single suspect who is now in custody. Prior to the shooting, the suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside of the museum. He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire, striking both of our decedents. After the shooting, the suspect then entered the museum and was detained by event security. Once in handcuffs, the suspect identified where he discarded the weapon, and that weapon has been recovered, and he implied that he committed the offense. The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody. The suspect has been tentatively identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago, Illinois. Our MPD case detectives are leading this investigation. I will now turn it over to Washington Field Office Associate Director Steve Jensen.
Thank you, Chief. I'm Steve Jensen, the Assistant Director in charge of the Washington Field Office. I'd also like to express my sincere condolences not only to the family of the victims, but to the ambassador and the grievance for the Israeli nation. Tonight, a heinous crime was committed, and the FBI stands with the Metropolitan Police Department to help not only investigate the homicide and provide support, but also to look into ties to potential terrorism or motivation based on a bias-based crime or a hate crime. That's our reason for being here. Full support of the FBI to Metropolitan Police Department to resolve this. And I also want to express my sincere gratitude to Metropolitan Police Department for their quick action, their attempts to render aid despite the nature of the crime resulting in the death of the victims. Getting the subject in custody quickly resolved this issue and allows us to continue with the investigation. And with that, I'll turn it over to the ambassador.
Thank you. Really what I have to say this evening is thank you, Mayor, to your amazing staff, Attorney General, Ms. Bondi, Chief Attorney for Washington, Judge Janine Pirro. The couple that was gunned down tonight in the name of Free Palestine. It's a young couple about to be engaged. The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem. They were a beautiful couple who came to enjoy an evening in Washington's Cultural Center. I will say this: we are a resilient people. The people of Israel are resilient people, and the people of the United States of America are resilient people. Together we won't be afraid, together we'll stand, and we're going to overcome moral depravity of people who think that they're going to achieve political gains through murder. On the way in, Ms. Bondi was kind enough to hand me the phone. On the other line was the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who told me that his administration is going to do everything it can possibly do to fight and end anti-Semitism and the hatred that's being directed, the demonization and delegitimization of the State of Israel. Together with President Trump, our Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, will stand together tall and firm, and we will confront this moral depravity without fear and with determination. And now we'll turn to taking care of the families of these two victims. And again, I thank the American administration, the city of Washington, and the law enforcement officers who are on this case are going to get to the bottom of it and bring justice to this city and to the people of Washington, and the United States, and the people of Israel who are here feeling confident and safe in the city of Washington and around the United States of America. Thank you.
You can take a few questions, Chief.
Hi, Shamari Stone from Fox 5 D.C. You say that there is a suspect in custody right now, and he walked into the museum. What is he telling investigators tonight?
Well, I don't know what he's telling them at this moment. What I do know is that he is in custody. And as you know, Amari, we have to conduct an investigation, and that requires us to ask many questions. At the time of this press conference, I'm not privileged to that information as of right now.
Hi, Evan Paris for CNN. Is there any indication when he entered the Jewish Museum that he was planning to carry out additional shootings? Was he trying to harm other people? Is there any indication? Can you tell us any more about that? And also for the Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney, can you say whether, given the diplomatic component of this, does this become a federal investigation, a federal crime to be prosecuted by the federal government?
So in response to your first question, we are still conducting the investigation, and at this moment, again, it's preliminary. So you'll have to give us a little bit more time to determine what the motives were at this point.
Let me just jump in, Chief. And you heard from the chief and from the special agent in charge that MPD is investigating the homicides and the FBI's role. Of course, as always, when there is any possibility of a terrorist act or acts motivated by hate or other bias, the FBI will be conducting those investigations. All homicides are prosecuted in the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. by the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. Okay.
Carl Willis, 7 News. Just a question about, after everything that happened, the stance from local and possibly federal law enforcement about any protection moving forward or heightened security for this community.
Thank you for that question. And I'm going to turn to the chief, but we have a long history and a lot of practice in our city of working with Jewish organizations around safety and around protection. And we watch global events, national events, and local events. And our organizations work directly with MPD, and MPD responds with additional resources. And so I know the chief will spend tonight and tomorrow, and we'll be talking to all of our organizations, from schools to synagogues to other organizations, to make sure we are supporting in every way that we can. Yes.
You mentioned that the suspect was detained by event security after entering the museum.
Yep.
Is it correct to say that he surrendered voluntarily to security, or was he forcefully detained?
I don't know that we can say that right now. It's part of what MPD is investigating. Yes.
Hi, Shlomi Zayans, Ami Magazine. I have a question for the police chief. I want to know if there was perhaps any indication that something like this might happen. Was there any heightened security or threats that you were aware of? And also for the Attorney General, do you have a message for Jewish Americans who are feeling concerned for their safety tonight?
What I will say to your first question is that we have not received any intelligence with respect to any type of terrorist act or hate crime in our city. As you know, we work very well with all of our partners in the intelligence community, and had we received any information, as we would do any time, we would ensure that we had heightened security around our city at most of our synagogues.
If I could just add, and then General, we have, for a number of years, we put out grants to organizations, and we allow organizations to apply for grants, and there have been a lot of faith organizations that have applied for special security grants. And so we continue to do that in the city. We've been able to deploy millions of dollars so organizations can have increased security.
Mayor, thank you. Chief, thank you. Ambassador, our hearts go out to you and your staff. I spoke to the President of the United States multiple times tonight on behalf of the President. His prayers are with all of us, all of the Jewish community, everyone in Washington, D.C., state, local, and federal agencies, and our great U.S. Attorney, Jeanine Pirro, who will be prosecuting this case. We'll be doing everything in our power to keep all citizens safe, especially tonight, our Jewish community. Our prayers go out. We have the FBI. All of our federal agencies will work hand in hand with you, Chief, as we have done, and you, Mayor, to do everything we can to keep our citizens safe. We will follow the facts. We will follow the law. And this defendant, if charged, will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Last two. 1, 2. Yes.
Hi, I'm Michael Koziel, the Sydney Morning Herald. Just on the man in custody, could you confirm the spelling of his name? You said that he was from Chicago. Do we know if he traveled to D.C. With the intention of, committing this act? And just finally, did he say anything else while in police custody other than free Palestine?
So the correct spelling of his first name is E as in Echo, L as in Lima, I as in India, A as in Apple, S as in Sierra. Last name Rodriguez, Romeo, Oscar, Delta, Romeo, India, Golf, Uniform, Echo, Zulu. And as I've stated before, the case is still under investigation, and that will be determined with regards to if he said any other statements while in custody. We're uncertain at this time.
How old is Mr. Rodriguez?
30 years old.
Okay.
Or 31.
Beatrice Peterson, ABC News. I was wondering, is this individual known to police? Have you had any prior interactions with him?
We have not had any prior interactions with him based on an NCIC check. We don't see anything in his background that would have placed him on our radar at this time. But again, our Joint Terrorism Task Force is working very closely with the FBI to ensure that we can do a deep dive into his background.
Shamari Stone, Fox 5, real quick question. You said that he was pacing back and forth in front of the building prior to this incident. Did security engage with the suspect prior to the shooting? Did he look suspicious? Did they see him outside?
I am not sure about that at this time. That's a part of the investigation.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is there any indication that the firearm that was used in the crime was purchased illegally, legally obtained? Was there a serial number, or was it filed off? Do we know any details right now?
Our ATF partners will do a deep dive with respect to the firearms, as they typically would with any firearms here in the District of Columbia.
So thank you, and expect, as we have more to report, to get additional facts from the Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you.
Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem.
Trevor's camera should
About
back up. I'm going to
15
get off.
furlongs off.
Thanks, Mike.
And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him. But Mary sat in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give thee. Jesus said unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I'm the resurrection and the life. He that believes in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever lives and believes in me shall never die. Believest thou this? She says unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Christ, the Son of God, which should come into the world.